Bonjour, salam alaikum. Today we're going to do, for the stuck at home video, we're going to do a cooking demonstration. And in keeping with the themes that I'm running with, Couture, the book I'm writing at the moment about clothing and fashion and vintage clothes, keeping clothes that you've had for years and years and years, especially if they're really good quality. So, in keeping with the theme, this is a vintage silk Moroccan caftan, which has all this gold trim is hand crocheted, and it has been cut down to fit the actual shape of my body rather than looking like a tent. And the earrings, I'll come up and show you. The earrings are also made in Morocco. They're crocheted cotton, and they come in I've got lots of them, they come in all different color combinations. So, what we're going to cook today, cheers, is Moroccan Tomato Jam. It's sweet, so you have to reduce it, and you add absolutely gorgeous things to it, like honey and rose water and cinnamon and stuff like that at the very end. So the first thing you have to do is you get a whole lot of tomatoes. Anthony of Curious Croppers in Auckland, who has tomatoes coming out of his ears now because of the situation we're in, dumped a great big carton full of them on my back porch yesterday. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to make something with tomatoes. Now's the time. The tomatoes are really intense and really sweet in autumn. So you get 2 kilos. I'll put the recipe written at the end of this. You get 2 kilos of tomatoes. You stick them in a big roasting pan. You don't need to cut them. You don't need to wash them. You don't need to put oil in it. You turn the oven up quite high, about 250 centigrade. Put your oven dish full of these tomatoes, comme ça, in the oven, 250, half an hour, should be more than enough, at which point they'll start becoming caramelized. And this is one of the secrets of this tomato jam, is this pre-cooking that you do, this pre-roasting you do to caramelize it in the oven. And so in the miracle and magic that is a Peter Matthias cooking demonstration, when you're stuck at home and you have no idea how to make a video on your own, the tomatoes have already been roasted. So here they are. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's just a great big, I've peeled most of them. It's just a great big roasting pan full of tomatoes. They've gone all gloopy and mushy. It depends what kind of tomatoes you have. So you pick them up, here they are roasted, and you peel the skin off. I've done most of them, but I've left a few here to do, and put that on the side. And if you're wondering why I'm cooking in an expensive silk caftan, it's for you. It's to brighten up your lives. I just know you don't want to see a penny. So you core it, you get all the flesh off. You can use any colour you like. I've used red ones, I've used brown ones, I've used yellow ones. And of course the skin comes off really, really easy if it's been roasted for half an hour. So you just get the core out. Have I got any more? Oh yes, I've got one more. And how wet and runny and how much water is released depends really on what kind of tomatoes you're using. Ideally you would be using a really meaty tomato, like an acid-free Italian tomato. But given the times that we're in, you use whatever you've got. And so these tomatoes that I've got they're very, very ripe, so they'll be incredibly tasty. And they've released a lot of fluid, so that you don't throw any of the fluid away. If you do yours and you think, oh my God, the pan's full of water, don't throw it away. Taste that water. If you just put a teaspoon in and taste this water from these tomatoes, it's really, really delicious. It's like one of those tomato soups where you just make the soup by straining tomatoes through a sieve. Anyway, so now we've got this very glamorous cooker here, which my friend Tanner loaned me. And you turn the power on. I've only just learned how to do this. I'm absolutely terrified of it. You press menu, you press medium. Oh no, you don't press medium, you just keep pressing menu until you get medium. Then you pour some carefully measured olive oil into it. New Zealand olive oil. Wait for that to start to heat up, and then you pour your tomatoes in. And at this point, all you're doing is you're just reducing them and reducing them and reducing them. Reduce means it's a French culinary term. It just means to cook something and cook it until all the fluid has been evaporated and you make it nice and thick. You smell that good olive oil. And that's how the French make really beautiful, beautiful stocks and gravies, is because they would never add flour. They would just keep boiling until it becomes thick all on its own. So what you do here is you pour you have quite a lot of juice in this. That all goes in there. Give it a little bit of a stir. That'll come to the boil, and then if you don't want it to splatter all over the place, because you've got to leave the lid off or it won't reduce. It'll just do the opposite thing. So you might want to put a splatter cover on it. And you can reduce it at quite a good clip. If you had really meaty tomatoes, this might only take 15 minutes. If you've got really, really wet tomatoes like I have, it's taken me 45 minutes. So you just have to have the patience. And another miracle that is the Peter Matthias, don't know what you're doing or how to make a video, guess what? The sauce has already been reduced. Ta-da! So, here it is. I don't know quite how I'm going to show it to you. I don't know if you can see any of that, but it's a thick jam. What you do at this point is you get your rose water or your orange flower water, and be careful with orange and rose and geranium waters because they're quite strong. So you can't think, oh, how divine, I think I'm just, at one with the people in Marrakesh, I'll just put a bit more in. No. 1 teaspoon is more than enough, otherwise the thing will taste like a French whorehouse. Smell like a French whorehouse. So maybe I need another drink. That's going beautifully. So we've got our rose water in. We need now a teaspoon of cinnamon. We need, oh my God, 3 tablespoons of this absolutely fabulous rewa honey. Good New Zealand honey, the best in the world. So 3 tablespoons. That is so delicious. I feel really sorry for anyone overseas watching this because you won't be tasting our beautiful New Zealand honey. Stir it in. And how they serve it, there's no more cooking done at this point. And how they serve it is they put it in, I'll just taste that in the interest of professionalism. So good. They serve all their little salads on little plates. This is a Moroccan plate, incidentally. And so you'll have a table when everyone's eating at a communal feast, especially if it's a special occasion, like a wedding or you're out in a restaurant or something. You'll have lots and lots and lots of little dishes of what they call salads, and their salads are cooked. So you'll get things like carrots, but they've been cooked and tossed in a sauce, or you might get a whole lot of goat cheese. And one of the things you get is the tomato jam. So we'll put some on. And then you decorate it with white sesame seeds. And that's it. I might have to bring it around to show you, because I don't think you'll be able to see it if I don't. Look. Isn't that delicious? And then you have a little taste. It'll be a little bit lumpy, just like a real jam is. It's not meant to be a puree, it's meant to be a jam. Bon appétit. Merci, au revoir, salam alaikum, et à la prochaine.